Right, okay. So I'm making this video to show off just some paintings that I did today, and because I like to record myself making paintings. And also I want to take the time to explain why I've chosen to become an artist. Like, there's going to be some people asking me, Shay, what got you into the world of painting? What inspired you? Who inspired you? What made you want to do this in the first place? What's your passion behind it? And so I want to explain it to all of you today. Explain why I became an artist, what or who inspired me, etc. So, I've always wanted in my life, now that I really have to think about it, I've always wanted to express my story and share my story as an autistic man, because I feel like there aren't many people like me who want to share their story, who want to explain how it feels, to be autistic and to be, I guess, afraid of the world outside of it, because with loads of controversial things and scary things going on nowadays, it's getting more and more difficult for people like me to cope. Another great example of big scary worlds is with the COVID pandemic in 2020. For many autistic people, this is one of the scariest moments in their life, including me. I was scared and frightened and crying to go outside again. I had to learn to build confidence all over again. It was unthinkable, and it's something that you never really talk about because you never expect it to happen. And when it does happen, it's all the more worse because I wasn't fully prepared for it. I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know how long this was going to last. Nothing was prepared for me, and throughout that whole time, throughout the whole year, I was scared. I was terrified. And I was really hoping every single day that it would end soon. But it felt like it never did. It never ever did. And wanting to share how I felt with words is immensely difficult because I can never ever fully think of the correct words to use. Or often, most of the time, I'm just repeating the same word over and over again. And when I really want to put my passion behind it and describe my story in a way that I want it, using the same word like that, it makes no sense. It doesn't feel like lots of love was put into it, and I could never ever do it properly. I never was able to do it how I wanted it. I never felt that it was right. But then I figured, well, why not try and express myself with painting? And put all of those thoughts and words and feelings that I had in my head onto canvas or onto paper or even on a digital screen if I'm doing digital art. And from that point forward, when I really started to do more expressive paintings, that's when it hit me. That was the day that my mind and myself, even as a person, was telling me, this is it. This is your time. This is your gate of opportunity. If you want to do what you want and express the world how you want, this is what you've got to do. It expresses yourself immensely. It's easy for you, and you love painting. And that's another reason why I've become an artist, or I'm going to become an artist. I love painting. I absolutely love putting a whole bunch of colours onto a canvas and then blending them and stroking them one brush stroke at a time, and then seeing the end result is so satisfying, and it makes me so proud to say to people, I painted this. And I really feel like I accomplished something in my life when I do a painting that I love and the people around me love. And also, when I did become an artist, or when I did say to myself, I'm going to become an artist, I instantly figured, what kind of tips can I give myself? What advice can I give myself to keep that passion and to keep going? And surprisingly enough, one of the people that I most turned to as an artist is Marco Pierre White, who's a chef. Now, I know being a painter and being a chef can be immensely different things and different hobbies, but I once saw this video of him, like, giving advice, and honestly, one of the best pieces of advice that I had ever gotten in my life was when he said this.
Cook food that you want to eat, not what you think they might want to eat. Because it's got to be an extension of you as a man. If it doesn't become an extension of you, then you'll never be happy cooking.
And so I channeled that into the world of painting. And I said to myself, one of the greatest tips that I could ever come up with for myself. I said to myself, Shay, when you're painting, make paintings you want to paint. Unless it's a commission, not what you think other people want you to paint. Because, as Marco said, paintings should be an extension of you as a man, or as a woman, or as a human being. And so if you don't have that extension, if you don't do what you want, then you'll never be happy painting. And also, another great advice tip that he gave me was this.
You will all be confronted with opportunity. You must take advantage of it. If you don't, you'll never realise your dreams. Whether you want them or not is an irrelevance. You don't know that until you achieve it.
And he's right. If I don't put that passion into what I do, and if I don't take a gamble and confront those opportunities to the best of my abilities, and if I don't show off my art when I'm given the chance to, then I'll never realise my dreams, and I'll never be the person that I want to be. An artist who not only enjoys what he does, but loves to share his story to so many other people, including autistic people just like me. And also, I knew that with my mental disabilities and my struggles with other things, I wasn't going to be instantly famous right away. Another tip that I gave to myself was, practice and patience is virtue. You're not going to be a world-famous artist or socially famous artist immediately. It's going to take time, it's going to take practice, and it's going to take a lot of work. I mean, was Rome built in a day, for example? Absolutely not. Did Leonardo da Vinci paint the Mona Lisa in a day? Good Lord, no. Did Vincent van Gogh paint Starry Night in a day? No. All of these paintings took time and practice. And so if I channel that time and practice into what I do, and I take my time and I work hard, then I'll get there. Another tip that I gave to myself may sound a bit weird, but it was buy the best art supplies and tools that you can get, and your paintings will shine like they are in a museum. And I say that because I've used several cheaper paints and cheaper watercolour paints and cheaper supplies in the past. And not only did the paintings not look right, but also they were actually more difficult to work with, because you can get paint that's either really, really liquidy and it drips all over the place, or you can get watercolour paints that when it's dry just rubs off immediately, almost as if you're painting with really fine chalk. Getting a good paint, like good watercolour or good gouache or good acrylic paint, they're going to pay off. It may be, on the pricey side, but to see them work and blend so well on canvas or on card makes it so worth the price and so satisfying, seeing just how easy it is to work with, including the paintbrushes. If you get the cheaper paintbrushes, they're often going to have really messy bristles made out of plastic, and you may never get good results. But working with the better quality brushes and putting that time and money and investment into the right tools and the right paints and the right equipment and the right canvas and the right card, the right everything, it pays off so well, and you get so much easier to do and so much better looking results. If I could honestly tell you every single tip and every piece of advice that I could give to you, unfortunately we would be here all day. So I'm going to try and do several videos of me explaining my personal tips and why I came up with them. And also it will be an opportunity to share my story even more. And I really, really do hope that you'll stick around with me to hear my story, because I'm doing this for a reason. This is something I've wanted to do for a long time. And so if I can get other people to watch this and see this man is a serious inspiration, then I know for a fact that I'll be doing something right with my life. And then I'll be fully happy.
Oh!